And we are back with more Dark Souls 3, the Fire Fades edition. Last time we left off, we encountered Sulyvahn, the boss. We failed to take him down within basically the time I had that day, so we shifted track over to the Irithyll dungeon, which, we made some progress there. Basically, there's definitely more route to go down there. But we'll be starting off today, re-tackling Sulyvahn and, seeing how it goes. What I think I'll do is I'll go ahead basically and do one round against him recorded here. So, given even this is, first bit of the game today, I do not expect to take him down in this particular upcoming battle. But then we'll do one battle, just kind of like refresh on where we are with that. I'll then basically, probably die, respawn, and then we'll do an edit cut to a successful run of actually taking him down. I have made sure this time to allot plenty of time to get the grind in. I don't think it's going to take that long. Like, pre-me toning down last video, it wasn't even the old, 3-hour sessions I used to do for some of these videos. So, and I got him down 10% a couple of times. I just kind of died at the very end to a doppelganger combo-wombo combo. So, shouldn't take up that much time, but, I don't want to basically take up everyone else's time by just run, die, run, die, run, die, roll the dice. I mean, who knows? Maybe I'll take him down, right here and now. I'd be more than happy with that outcome, but I don't suspect it's gonna happen because, it's like, coming back, I'm like, alright, let's start with arrows, we pepper him down. Phase 2 begins. Try and get in as many waxes as we can. What should I think about it? Let's get the hammer ready. Well, actually, technically, we start off with the bow and arrow, so. And then switch over to hammer, and then, should be okay. It's just this guy. That second half is spicy, I gotta say. It's almost up there with, traditional DLC boss territory, it feels like, but. I mean, it is still also. I don't know. I would say early in the game, but given that most of our recording sessions are about half of what it used to be, and previous one was episode 15, and at 3 hours each, these would used to go to 18, sometimes 2022. Okay, there we go. Getting hits, there we go. Then it's we're probably at about halfway through the game right now. And it shouldn't even be that bad because, there'll be DLC bosses like this where, again, we're trying to avoid stuff that we had with, Dark Souls 2 where... And, again, it's trying to run proper. And not too shocked, not too shocked. So not landing as many arrows as I was hoping for. Run. It's going to be switching over to phase 2 pretty soon here because it's about 2/3 health it seems to happen. Doppelganger. Run, please. Ouch. And did I call it or did I call it? That it would not be the first run. Oh boy. Didn't go as bad as I thought it was going to be, but also didn't go as good as I kind of hoped it might have, but you never know. But alright, let's go ahead and not waste everyone's time by, I want to say like watching the learning process, but I do think it's important, but I mean, again, I want to avoid episodes like the Squalid Queen from Dark Souls 2 of just 3 hours to take her down finally. It's just like, I want more progress than that in these videos, so it is what it is. I mean, same thing happened basically with the Bloodborne first DLC boss as well. That took quite a few rounds to kind of like gear up. I just didn't expect basically a boss this early in the game to kind of be like this, which makes me wonder if I'm not supposed to be able to take him down or if he is like truly a hard mode optional boss. But I mean, it's doable. Like I said, I got him down 10% a couple of times in the previous video, so well, you know, I edited those out because it wasn't the first nor final, but is what it is. But yeah, this should be doable. But we'll go ahead and basically skip forward to a successful attempt here, so quick edit cut coming in 3, 2, 1. Alright, let's go ahead and start the process. We got plenty of arrows bought from last time, so we are fully stocked up from previous recordings, so that's good. The big key I need to really do is I need to basically capitalize more on when he does the sword slams down. And even from a distance, I need to kind of keep an eye out for when he starts animating an attack. Alright. In we go. I guess we can grab these. Walk forward until he starts walking forward. Alright, let's do this. Good. Stamina back. Good. Stamina. Good. Yeah, we're getting pretty close here. Okay. Woo! Soul of Pontus Sulyvahn. Oh boy. Ember restored. And hey, second try, so I guess I won't need to do an edit cut there after all. Wait, what other boss was that? Was that back in Bloodborne that happened? Oh yeah, I think it was basically, or I'm just like, alright, edit cut incoming, and then it wasn't necessary, so... Whew. Oh boy. And hey, it turns out I was right, basically, as I was mentioning on my little run back. I just had to basically capitalize when he did the sword slams, and thankfully that time around he did them. Boy, my heart. Slight tingling pain. It's fine. I'm getting old. And this is like rough morning. But okay, so I guess these side doors aren't openable. I can't imagine this might... Okay, there's a lever there. Yeah, I can't imagine that this would open up to other areas, which it still might. Let's take a look at basically Sulyvahn's soul. Okay, so same kind of like... No, I mean, I guess these are all just the boss souls outside of Crystal Sage. Soul of Pontus Sulyvahn, one of the twisted souls steeped in strength, used to acquire many souls or transposed to extract its true strength. Pontus Sulyvahn of Irithyll imprisoned a god of the old royalty in the abandoned cathedral to be fed to the devourer. Imprisoned a god of the old royalty? At first I thought maybe basically that Sulyvahn himself was connected back to Gwen, given his sword-fighting style. But... imprisoned a god of the old royalty really makes me wonder if, maybe he imprisoned someone from Gwen's line? Interesting. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a quick peek over here. I just am curious exactly what over here has. Don't worry, we're not gonna get too greedy. Does not do whatever I thought it would be. And I guess we can also go ahead... You know what, let's not be greedy. Okay, let's teleport. Travel. Back to the shrine. I'm debating whether we want to let loose our roguish friend. I do wonder if he's gonna get too greedy or not, but I mean, we've kind of explored more.
Welcome home, I speak.
Okay, level
Very
up.
well, then take no.
And let's see. 20, 20. Okay, we can't level up again.
Farewell, Ashen One, may the flame.
Oh yeah, I think I got a flash charge at some point that I totally failed to actually give to the blacksmith.
Ah, 'tis good. What need?
Okay. Reinforce. Cool. Oh, we have 2 shards we didn't give him. Okay, good. I'm like, I didn't have 3 shards there. Okay. Okay. We don't really use a lot of mana compared to health, but I feel like I should start balancing it out where it's like, at least this. Like, try to get them both up to 10? Maybe try to get better at using techniques more often? Sure. I say until eventually I'll hit a boss where I'm just like, I don't have enough healing.
Prithee, be careful. I don't want to say.
But I feel like if I'm using that much healing at a boss, either it's constant unavoidable damage, which is bad, but okay, fair enough. Or it's like, alright, I do need to learn this fight better.
Oh, hello, your hand in one piece. What is it? I'm ready.
Yep. Alright, go pillage.
A fine choice. I am Grey Rat the Thief. What I bring back will be worthy of that name. I am Grey Rat. Goodbye. Do stay safe, you hear? Or my efforts will have been for naught.
Okay, that's gonna repeat dialogue last time we sent him a pillaging. I hope he doesn't murder anyone important that I was supposed to find, or vice versa. Okay, we've bought all the pyromancies we can, right? Yeah. How about reinforcing the flame? We've reinforced it as far as we can.
Do not be got. What is it?
Okay. And then I guess basically we can look at sorceries.
Perfect.
Been a while since we came across the book for him, but maybe we'll come across more soon. Okay. Most expensive spells 5,000. 2 5,000s, okay. Yeah, let's get those. Second most expensive ones are 3,000. Do we already have... Oh, I thought we had Great Soul Arrow already. I don't really use shields. Alright, let's get Great Soul Arrow. There we go.
Come again.
And Jessica's, it's how we do. Let's check in on our Miracle Girl. Okay, still holding up.
Oh, Champion of Ash, do you wish to hear? You know, in my I would
Okay.
note, but if I terribly
Same as
have a
always.
pleasant, I pray for you.
Again, since our old sorcerer teacher died, I'm trying to go out of my way to make sure that we stock up on spells in the event that someone takes any of them out. And alright, if I had to take a guess based on Pontus Sulyvahn's fight, I'm assuming both his swords are probably up for purchase?
Aha, that so.
Maybe a doppelganger spell? Let's see. Okay, now that's one there. Okay, where's the Pontiff's... That's Deacon. Okay, the Great Sword of Judgment. A ceremonial sword held in Pontus Sulyvahn's left hand, representing the judgment of the moon, but with magic far closer to sorcery than any existing lunar power. Its dark blue hues, deeper than the darkest moon, reflect Sorcerer Sulyvahn's true nature. Skill, Stance of Judgment. Assume the stance to unleash dark magic. Use normal attacks for a lunging thrust, and strong attacks to emit a side-sweeping wave. We actually have the stats for this. Strength, Dex, and some int. Interesting. And the other one is the Profaned Greatsword. A ceremonial sword held in Pontus Sulyvahn's right hand, representing the Profaned Flame. Long ago, when Sulyvahn was yet young sorcerer, he discovered the profaned capital in an unfading flame below a distant tundra of Irithyll. And a burning ambition took root within him. Skill, Profaned Flame. Temporarily summon the Profaned Flame, lunge forward, and use strong attacks to enshroud flame and blade. So that right there. Alright. So, long ago, when he was a yet young sorcerer, he discovered the profaned capital in an unfading flame below a distant tundra of Irithyll. Like, I might be crazy here, but given that we came up from the catacombs that themselves were built above Irithyll, that had the Chaos Flame, and above a distant tundra, I think basically Irithyll is the Dark Souls 2 DLC region that was also built above basically the Chaos Flame. So interesting. I mean, hardly surprising. A lot of these games so far, it's like civilizations building on top of civilizations on top of civilizations, and, you know, so on and so on. But I kind of like having that as confirmation, and makes you then wonder if the Profane Flame is of Chaos, or more the Burning Ambition is connected back to Gwen. Because you have a couple different, like, flame elements in these games. You have the Flame of Chaos, you have the Flame of the Bonfire, which basically generally symbolized by Lord Gwen. You have basically Dark Flame, which is represented by the Abyss, although we have now actual, like, deep magic too, which also seems to be Abyss adjacent. And, like, crystal stuff tends to be basically sorcery, which is just more blue, which even the other sword mentions, like, you know, dark blue hues, like, his true, like, you know, all magic and maybe moon adjacent. Which I'm trying to think if we've come across any, like, moon magic in these games, and the closest I can think of is either the Painted World, that had kind of the lady that was very moon goddess coded, or maybe, I mean, I guess Seat the Scaleless, basically, he was very sorcerer focused, but I don't know basically also if the missing kin of Gwen that we didn't meet. I think from what we've seen, like, in some of the items referring to them, and supposedly I did miss it in Dark Souls 1, but he's the Dark Sun, where Lady Guinevere was the, like, more directly in line. Although this game did mention, basically, it sounded like Gwen might have had another kid that, like, you know, the god of war that kind of got shunned. So maybe they were the moon? If we're looking at, like, celestial bodies? And now think about it. Okay, so as for these two swords, they're both 3,000. Oh, this one's an ultra great sword, though. But it does take 22 strength, but if we two-hand it, that should be okay, right? So I'm also kind of tempted by this one. It has magic built into it, which is not bad. Because then we can basically have this and use pyromancy and get like both magic and fire stuff in if we wanted to. Okay. Same as before.
No.
But okay. Enough theory crafting for right now. Yeah. I was like, should I buy some arrows? But I don't think it's needed. Alright, let's go back to Punt of Sulyvahn. I do wonder if I'm going to regret having sent Thief Man out to go a thieving. Really hoping not. I hope he doesn't bite off more than he can chew, nor, you know, take someone down that he shouldn't do, or take something that I could have found and keep it for himself. It's like, to trust a thief or not. But I mean, I think that's part of the fun of these games. It's kind of like, your choices matter whether you know it or not, and so it kind of changes how you play, and so there's a bit of like water cooler talk of like, did you do this? I did this. Etc, etc. Here? There we go. Ooh, more than one. Run, run, run! I got at least one Twinkling Titanite, and that means that next time we're around here, the other one should be there too. Interesting how the guardrails aren't around here, but okay. Large Titanite shard, not bad. We can use that to reinforce our Pyromancy Flame. I'll admit, I'm somewhat mixed on reinforcing the flame, not because it doesn't mean, like, you know, I don't use pyromancy, like, stuff, why am I even doing it, blah blah blah, but more of, like, even in Dark Souls 1, there was pyromancy flame and then better pyromancy flame, and I don't know if they would change that, or, huh, the contraption does not move. I wonder if it was something I was supposed to maybe interact with during the fight? Maybe I did the boss fight on hard mode. Maybe had I done that switch, I'd been like, activated the guaranteed friend or something. But okay. I'm trying to think if there's any reason for us to turn back and go to the dungeons instead. I mean, the dungeon, if they're going to the Profane Capital, and the Profane Capital is home of the Giant Lord, I mean, we'll be heading that way at some point. Wonder how to get up there. Okay. I spy with my little eye 2 sorcerers. And I don't know if I trust these. Okay, I see one of the giants moving. The one on the right is kind of like breathing in and out. I'm probably going to regret this, but let's go ahead and see if they're friendly. Are they ever friendly? Sometimes. Oh. Well. Maybe what we're hearing is the other one over there. Okay, let's... Okay, I think they're not friendly. Maybe they just want to have a talk. I don't think they want to have a talk. Ouch. Stamina back. Okay, one down. And 2 down. Drang twin spears, okay. And yeah, the other guy, I recognized that he was using the Drang clubs. I wonder what their deal was, though. A weird warrior. Aha! They are not alone, I see. I was wondering where that fireball had come from earlier, but I guess that answers that. Let's take a peek underneath this guy. Okay, we got more of shadow dudes. I think curved sword might be better here. Yeah, because that basically comes out faster. Good. Dark stone plate ring. Okay. Should be safe to glance at it as we hear all these creepy sounds. Increases dark damage absorption. Okay, because I think it was a dark stone plate. Stone plates are a symbol of true knights. Ah. And dark purple stone plates are granted to undead knights. Okay. Can only assume that the sounds we hear are from above and not like hidden. Their bodies appearing out of nothing. Bad timing. Bit of a jump scare for me. I'm just like, ah. Oh, okay. So that's how we get up there. Well, all right. Ah, more, deacons. Hey, I have that sword, too. Probably drink since we do have a Ember Soul or whatever. Thankfully these guys aren't too bad. Ow, alright, I borfed that up. I had an easy win, but roll into one fireball, eat the other fireball. Okay. I kind of don't trust these street lights, but should be okay. Now, the interesting thing is, I noticed that their clothes are very similar to the clothes those two guys came at me with. Which would imply that they were deacons, but they weren't undead. I really wish that I had swapped out my spell to go back to, Spook for the comfortable, like, falling. But oh well. Okay. Oh, another large Titanic shard, not bad. Kinda tempted to drink again, but it does feel like a bit of a waste. Oh, okay, so that's what the contraption is. It's an elevator. Alright, just to be on the safe side, let's have a drink. And yeah, so it's seeming more and more that, yeah, we'll encounter basically the two Cinderlords here of, the Deep and then Yorm the Giant down below in the capital. Simple gem. I was hoping it'd be speckled titanite again. Okay. I do wonder if this area goes anywhere? And I do wonder about the shortcut opened up there. Okay. Oh boy. I do have the feeling that that is a mimic. Although I've said that a few times, where it hasn't really come true. Though, first time for everything. I think the stamina for the slam isn't worth it. Symbol of avarice. And a golden ritual spear. Ooh. Golden ritual spear sounds almost kind of like the candlestick sword we have. Doubt it is, though, but I am curious about it. Okay, spears. Here we are. Golden ritual spear. A ritual spear presented to Dark Moon Knights before Sulyvahn claimed the title of Pontiff. Can also be used as a staff. Sorcerers cast using this weapon channel the wielder's faith. Interesting. Skill, steady chant, boosts the strength of sorceries for a very short period. Okay. The other thing we got was the symbol of avarice. It should be the helmet, right? Yeah. Head of the avaricious creatures that mimics treasure chests. Can be worn, if one so wishes. Increases soul absorption from defeated enemies, as well as item discovery, but the curse that branded also drains HP. The very form of this creature is thought to be a form of a brand, a punishment for sin. Okay. Haven't really changed the description on that since the olden days, but that's fine. And don't see anything else on the other side. So I guess that was the main reason for coming up here then. Nothing was over here if I recall, but we might as well bop the wall just in case. Yeah, I figure it's just mainly for architectural symmetry. Like, you know, they could have put up a fence here, but nah. Okay, so I'm assuming that up there is a cathedral? I thought this is a cathedral, but in terms of chaining a god to feed the devourer. And I still wonder what that in the distance is supposed to be, because you exit the boss fight like looking out onto it, so I feel like it has to be significant. Did I end up grabbing those items down there? I don't remember if I did or not. Let's go ahead and make our way over. I do suspect one of the giants is going to stand up, because the snoring. But in theory, if we're careful, it might not be an issue. I guess we can take a peek over here for any hidden treasure. Not seeing any. Just very distant fall-offs. I'm kind of glad to get that soft confirmation that this entire place is essentially a modern-day version of that Dark Souls 2 DLC. Alright, where are you? Okay, so something tells me we're going to be going up that church steeple thingamajig. Okay, just run. I wish I could get a clear shot where that guy is, but it's hard to see through the trees, and I think that's intentional. Let's go down here. Again, we're looking for any treasure. Okay, 2 embers. Don't look back unless we hear something getting thrown. Although, what is that dangling from him? And I kind of wonder now. Well, actually, wait. One, is he targetable? Is this a bad guy, or maybe he's just getting up to talk? Okay. I think it's a bad guy. And shouldn't take too many arrows to pepper him down, I say as I shoot that tree. Okay, let's get stamina back. Rest now, fallen giant. Oh, a single Titanite shard. Boo. I guess he wasn't the only one, given we still hear the snoring. Dun dun dun. Feel a bit bad given the other guy didn't drop anything obvious, but maybe... I don't know, I think of those 2 fish dudes in Bloodborne DLC of like... Sometimes it's about killing both to get the good thing. Oh. Well, that had killed him. The Titanite shard. Alright then. Although if I was going to put a secret entrance somewhere, I'd totally put it like right here. Yeah, nope. Or up here. It's like, you know, the church going upwards, but then it's like, oh, go down into the catacombs. Okay. Nope. No secret there. Guess we didn't check out this like little balcony though. Oh, there's something. Okay, large set down a shard, not bad. I don't think the enemy archer could make a shot from that far away, and hopefully I'm correct. Don't see any sort of secret drop down. Alright. Guess in we go. Oh yeah, there was that like one exit area in the church that we never found the entrance to, so it's probably coming up here. And we are approaching the archer guy, so we need to be careful about that. Ooh, a Titanite scale. Excellent. More scales for the hammer. Wish I could justify upgrading other weapons too, but the scales are pretty hard to come by unless we can like maybe buy them eventually from the DLC or something. Okay, well there's the archer I'm looking for. Oh, two of them. Alright, good to know. Okay. We're gonna drink because this is dangerous. Making sure we're not walking into a trap over here. Okay, Titanite shards. I see him. Okay, more Titanite shards. And no secret entrance. But I mean, we ducked back here originally just to... Actually... Well. Okay. I can work with this. Dang it. Need to find a way where I can attack him, but he can't attack me. Alright. Whew. No. Ah. I think this kind of works a bit better. Okay, good. more. Might as well. Oh wait, don't have it. I was like, why is it animating weirdly? But that's why. A nightly exchange. Us cutting into each other. Okay. Aha! Okay, so that's the little secret area that it opens up. Let's scout about here real quick. So I assume that when we run down this, we're going to be getting shot at. Oh, or not. Alright. Oh. Okay, large titanite shard. Okay, and I don't see any on the other side. This should open up that one-way door that we saw earlier. Okay, slide on down. Open up shortcut. Okay. Yeah, with that shortcut we don't need to fight most of the cardinals? The bishops? The deacons of the deep? I don't remember which religious title they went by. Still want to take down those archers, though, to see what's on their half of things. Run. And I wonder what's in here. I mean, that looks like a statue of Lord Gwen. Okay. Ember. Whoa. Oh. So yet again. Is this also Anor Londo then? So the Dark Souls 2 DLC area actually Anor Londo all along? I guess that kind of makes sense given that, well, to an extent, I mean, I feel like that Dragalia in its entirety was kind of implied to be, well, it's like Lordland, which has Anor Londo in it. I mean, it might just be that all these areas are all these areas are all these areas, like, you know, from now unto eternity. A part of me is also like, the wise man should know when to retreat. But not quite yet. But I do feel like I am getting too far down a single path, so I kind of want to take down those other archers. And I do want to kind of check out this little room. Okay, can I investigate the statue before I step on the obvious thing? I thought something would maybe happen. Maybe I have to hit this? The reason I kind of back up is like, just in case it's a seal that like breaks open. My apologies, Lord Gwen. Oh. Alright. I didn't think it was actually gonna be a fade wall. I thought it would be like a hit it and, like, you know, the sword would fall off or the platform in the middle would open up. Knights, you better stay as statues and not, like, all come to life and hop down and surround me. Brass helm, armor, gauntlets, and leggings. Let's see what those descriptions are. Armor of a knight, once known as the Dark Moon. It is said that this brass armor hides something hideous within. Something about its silhouette suggests femininity. That's a Dark Moon, so it's probably connected to the one of the Gwen's kids that we didn't meet from Dark Souls 1. And all the same... Although wait, actually, that's what I wanted to look at, like, how heavy are those? Weight of 4 compared to our 0, but what about, like, Brigand armor? Brigand is 4.8 compared to 10.5, okay. So not exactly something we can wear in the immediacy. Statues don't come to life, don't come to life. I hope I don't regret walking forward. Flowers, okay. So, if I had to take a guess, I'm assuming this is a callback to the area you could meet the Dark Moon at in Dark Souls 1 that we never found. Because this seems very much like one of those, like, you know, walk up to a guy who's really big, like Lady Guinevere, talk, get given stuff, go. Ooh. Okay, please don't be a mimic in this cramped area. Alright, good. Reversal ring. Let's see. Reversal rings. Males can perform female actions and vice versa. A divine ring granted to the Dark Moon Gwendolyn. Yeah, there was his name. In his youth, causes males to perform female actions and vice versa. Gwendolyn was raised like a daughter through the aura of the moon. It was said to have behaved like a sullen, brooding goddess. Okay, so he does represent moon then. A kind of femininity too, which... honestly, a lot of vibes of Tsukiyomi from Japanese mythos. Like, I have done quite a bit of studying basically on genders in religions over the years, and it's like the combining of basically the male and the female is sometimes seen as like uniting of two divine forces, where normally it's represented basically through the act of like marriage, of like the union of basically male and female, but the thing that's kind of relevant to more... thought I heard something kind of life. More modern stuff, though, is that sometimes it's also kind of seen of, like, hermaphroditic features as kind of being seen as, like, otherworldly and or divine, but, like, kind of shunned for still not being human in that regard. But shunned in a way of being, like, they are otherworldly. Like, they don't... They are of a plane beyond humanity. And I always thought that basically Tsukiyomi in Japanese mythos was kind of like, or Shinto mythos, I should say specifically, kind of represented that quite a bit, because, like, not only are they usually presented as a bit more feminine, but, like, of that trio, Amaterasu is very much, like, divine female, Susanoo is very, like, drinking, bearded, barfing, partying storm god, and then, yeah, basically Tsukiyomi basically is male, but, like, tends to be kind of be that more cold, moon-like, elegant, distant beauty. You know, very fitting for Tsukiyomi, you know. God of the moon in nighttime and all. Compared to Amaterasu with the sun, and compared to basically Susanoo of storms. Shame I never came across basically, what was his name again? It's like, Gwendolyn, yeah. Shame I never came across Gwendolyn in, the first game. we're getting shot at from like 2 different areas. Oh, that didn't kill him. Alright. Where did he fall that didn't kill him? Oh. Well, I'll be... Ah, there's the other one that was shooting at me. Although... let's kill this one first. Dang it. Ouch. Thought I was safe. Giant arrow sticking out of me. Okay, let's very carefully kill this other guy so we have free roam on exploring for treasure. Dragon Slayer Great Arrow and Large Satana Shard. Nice. Okay, I think that... there we go, okay. Treasure that way, but I want to check over here for secret treasure too. Really? Thought there'd be something back here. Oh, there we go. Large Satana Shard. I'll take it. Really wish that we would find a weapon that was basically both a weapon, but also would allow for pyromancy casting while wielding the weapon. Okay. Kind of curious. Okay. Also, with the knowledge now that this is basically Anor Londo, I do wonder if there's, like, secrets that we should really kind of, like, be picking up on. And obviously there's that giant spinning tower. But I'm also curious now about basically the Cinderlord Devourer dude. Like, what's his deal then? Huh, Easterner's Ashes. Should be here we go. Umbral ash of an armor merchant from an eastern land. Surely the handmaiden of Firelink Shrine can turn this into a few new things. The merchant, the captain of a clan of hunters, was fascinated with weaponry. I wonder if that's a reference to both the Iron Kingdom in Dark Souls 2 and the merchant guy we found there. The only thing is that merchant wasn't really, like, didn't seem to be from the east, but, like, the entire Iron Kingdom was, like, western, but, like, at one point a samurai showed up and taught us all how to be samurai knights. And that's why everyone has a katana. But okay. So it seems like this is actually the path forward. We already went down there to unlock stuff there. Oh, wait. Totally forgot. I hope I don't... well, actually, we can test for that. Because where the other knight fell previously... like... he fell, and he didn't die. There he is. So yeah, so... let's get out our prism stones. Oh. Okay, not too much damage. More Titanite Shard. Oh. This seemed very suspicious, us being like, oh, a doorway. Uh-huh, okay. I don't think this would be lethal to fall. Good, good. Ooh, Dragon Slayer Great Bow and Dragon Slayer Great Arrows. Ever since basically that giant archer from Dark Souls 1 DLC, I'm just like, it would be fun to actually be able to use one of these, but it's like going from a weight of 3 to 10. Whew. Great bow used by the Dragon Slayers during the Age of Gods, far greater in size than any normal bow, and thus far more devastating. The bow must be anchored to the ground when fired, a time-consuming operation that leaves the user vulnerable. Only specialized great arrows can be fired from the bow. Skill, puncturing arrow. Masterfully fires off a great arrow that pierces through all enemy in its path, inflicting damage. I'd love to, but impractical, so we won't. Okay. I guess we just do one more. Actually, if we fall here, no damage. Then let's drink to be on the safe side, because at this rate we're just going to probably head back to the shrine and cash out these souls before progressing up, which seems to be the golden path on that spinning tower. Okay. And, okay, yeah, this area here. Yet again, I really hope I don't come to regret having, let my thief boy off the hook to pillage the area. Honestly, I thought we might have been done, but I guess, cause I thought this had transitioned to a new area? Like, still in the same city, but like a different area, but that hasn't occurred, really. Yep, and I guess basically we're going up to that area, or right over there. We've yet to come across the, yep, nothing there. That one drop-down area at the church. Which I wonder how it connects over then. But okay, let's go ahead. Take the elevator back to the bonfire. Bam! Okay, good. Alright, back to the shrine. Okay, we're still doing pretty good on time for today. Still quite refreshing that I didn't actually have to do the edit cut. Second try, baby! But alright, where is Level Up Maiden?
Welcome home, speak.
Okay,
Very
level
well.
up.
Then take nourish.
Okay, Vitality, which is equipment load. I do feel that we should start putting stuff into attunement, at least until we can get a second spell slot from just having that.
Farewell, may the...
Okay, good. Which, speaking of that, let's go ahead basically and put Spook back on. And then, okay, we got 9,000 left. Oh yeah, let's give her the Umbral Ashes.
Oh, how gracious. Passing fine ash thou hast given. Let this ash bestow nourishment. I only hope these new wares content thee.
Okay, purchase. Let's see, what do we got? Okay, wood grain ring, slows equipment degradation. This special ring, crafted in an eastern land, is made of metal, but with a wood grain crest on its surface. Slows equipment degradation. Wielders of swords originating in the same region follow a practice inscribing special words on the blades of their swords, and are naturally drawn to this ring. Okay. Kinda makes sense that the katanas are a bit brittle sometimes. And there's crown. Aha! Okay, yeah, basically the gear of the Dark Souls 2 DLC boss. The Sting of Hell made in Eastern Land. This exquisite craftsmanship and artistic design made these prized pieces in the collection of any nobleman. Okay. Same. I'm curious, how heavy? Both not too heavy, but also, like, not light either. I wouldn't mind getting to the ability to wear that at some point. Okay, no new, like, key lock item. Oh! She does sell large Titanite shards, though. That's good.
Ashen one.
Okay. Thief Man is still a pillaging. Let's go ahead, love up the flame some more. Reinforce. Yeah. Cool. So now our Pyromancy Flame's officially in Titanite chunk territory.
What is it?
Now the question kind of also becomes... Oh wait, actually. Can we upgrade our hammer?
Ah, just good. What neat.
Okay, reinforce. Where is... There it is. Okay, we need one more scale. Actually, looking at that, the Smells Great Hammer requires scales. No, okay, it's twinkling. Okay.
Prithee, I don't want.
And then... Tempted to use some of these souls to get one of Sulyvahn's blades. Dun.
Aha, so.
Alright. The Profaned or the Judgment? Both are good. I do like that this gives, that it's sorcery based. But I do like that this potentially is Chaos Flame. I mean, okay, so temporarily summon the Profane Flame, lunge forward. Okay, so like, turn on, lunge, and a shroud. Let's assume a stance to unleash dark magic. I do like how it's like bronze versus silver. They're definitely kind of that, you know, sun and moon motif going on. This is tough. I'm leaning more towards the Judgment Sword. Especially since this would require two hands to wield. Okay, and it is standard attack, standard and thrust on the Profane Great Sword. Which is surprising, given that this one basically the lunging thrust for the special. But yeah, I think basically we should have something that kind of deals magic damage a bit more innately. So yeah, let's go with... Okay, actually that's 9 versus 13. Yeah, let's go with the Great Sword of Judgment. Okay. And then... I mean, I basically know, but let's confirm. If I wanted to upgrade that Great Sword of Judgment, it's gonna take scales, isn't it?
Just good. What neat.
Okay, reinforce. Da-da-da-da-da. Yep, Titanite scale, okay. Not shocking, but... Again, it's like I kind of want to invest in the hammer until I can't. The hammer is good. It's a bit of a sunk cost fallacy right now with the hammer. It's like, well, we've invested this much. We should keep going. But I am kind of tempted of, like, maybe swap out the raw Katana, given that Actually, the Pontiff Greatsword, can we upgrade that yet? Because I do like how quickly that one comes out.
Tis good. What neat.
Alright, Reinforce. Nope, we need basically another 4 Twinkling Titanite. Whew.
Pretty, I don't.
Let's see. If I were to swap out the Royal Katana for the Sword of Judgment, am I gonna be flopping? I'm gonna be flopping. Barely at that. Oof. I still wonder also if there's a better ring than the Pontiff's right eye. Nothing immediately comes to mind, though. Okay, that's... If we lower it, better attack, but no, we are always at, like, the threshold. I am tempted about that. It's like, I mean, we don't use pyromancy, but that's what I'm kind of building up the attunement for, to have that as kind of a secondary. I mean, there's something to be said about basically the Cleric's Candlestick, which, in hindsight, it's been such a long time. What is required to reinforce that?
What neat.
I remember that one wasn't boss stuff, weirdly. Yeah, it's just a large Titanite shard. Because, I mean, there's the argument that this is basically what the Judgment Sword would be doing. But, you know, sure. Let's throw some stuff there.
Pretty, I don't.
Because, I mean, we could have that, but, again, I like my Pyromancy Flame. Which, I mean, I guess at this point, we could probably swap out the Great Sword of Judgment, for the very least, for the, for some Pyromancy. Again, not that basically we would have it yet, but that's what we're building attunement for. Because I do want to keep Spook for exploration-based stuff. Okay. Okay, purchase. Tempted. Okay, 4,000 for that, but also I'm kind of tempted about. Let's start buying the Eastern Helm stuff. Okay. And then restock up on arrows. Okay.
Ashen one.
I think we're good to get back to it. Alright, travel. Back to Punter Sulyvahn. There's kind of that debate back and forth of like to go back down to the dungeon, to keep going this path. Will there be consequences one way or another? And I still wonder about how hard the Pontiff fight was, if like that was an indication of like, this is a path only for later. Like, I wonder if Golden Path was to go to the dungeons, because that was doable. Like, we were making progress there. But, you know, Pontiff actually, you know, went down pretty easily today. Like, you know, there is, like I said, the strategy. It's like I mainly had it down. The big issue was trying to, like, seal the deal. Okay. Regular deacons. And yeah, basically just capitalizing on the leaping attacks with the sword. Dang it, thought I rolled. Screw you guys. Okay, I have to be a bit careful here since the knights. So I'm capping off because I might eat an arrow or two to the face. Okay, stamina back. Good. Hey! My loot. Oh well. Stamina back. more Titanite shards. Good, good. Alright, right back to where we left off. I do wonder if there's like another secret beyond the secret. What we'll do, just to confirm, I know it's a bit blasphemous to I guess Gwendolyn, but like, let's bonk the area with the flowers. Watch it trigger a boss fight, but oh wow, this is nice for like 5,000 souls. Dang. Okay. What about and mainly because it took an illusion being broken to get in here. I was kind of like, maybe to find an actual thing here is to get through another illusion. But no, okay, so I think this area is just a reference, along with, you know, obviously the brass armor stuff that we got, along with the gender ring. All right, so up we go. Which I wonder basically if as we go up. Oh, I didn't notice the little candles there before. But yeah, I wonder if we go up if we're going to see any references to Lady Guinevere. And we'll have to basically be careful of like looking for secrets around here with these spinning towers, because I do recall that kind of being a thing of like, you know, spin the tower and then like instead of going the correct way, then check to see what the other part of the tower opened up by spinning it, etc., etc. Okay, push lever. Bonfire. Let's actually tap that first. Turns out I didn't have to fight my way back to begin with. Boy, does this bring back memories. So yeah, I think this is basically Anor Londo. Yep. Hey. Did I call it or did I call it? I mean, I say that as if it wasn't like telegraphed like no tomorrow. Watch me be proud for, you know, guessing the very obvious thing they were telling me. Alright. But let's go down here and see if this actually opened up anything. Because if I had to take a guess, the answer is yes. Maybe not, but like, you know. Okay. And I think, yep, okay, so that tower there, which I see a bonfire for. Like the steeple's kind of like bent. But yeah, that basically is the area that we saw inside the church, because that's the church with our other fire. And there's basically the building we fought Sulyvahn in. So yeah, I wonder basically if it like gets cranked up or down or what now. Okay. Nothing over here, but again. Bop. Come on. I'm disturbed that I don't bounce off of it like normal, but not the first time that's happened. I think this entire tower is probably treated like an object rather than terrain and geometry. I'm just kind of curious of like, man, I can't imagine the tower like stretching upwards, but there's that weird, obvious like balcony kind of poking off, and I don't see any other way to access the building. Unless, like, this tower spins in some way or another, but neither here nor there. If it is a secret to be found, we will find it. Hopefully, maybe, eventually. Alright, let's go through the Anor Londo doors. I am glad that they tied it to the Dark Souls 2 DLC. Because, again, chaos lover that I am, I definitely enjoyed the Frozen DLC probably the most out of the Dark Souls 2 DLC. Aha! Alright, never mind. It's like, that's how you get there. I'm like, oh wait, no, that is not a jumpable gap. Alright, I see knights going on inside. Hello. Alright, yeah, I thought I heard his friend coming. Run. Get at least around a corner to drink. Yeah, ran out of stamina there. Okay, large Titanite shard. Okay. 2 Titanite shards. Don't think I need the drink quite yet. Large soul of a weary warrior. Locked? Yep, locked by some contraption. Yet again, memories of having to do this the parkouring outside way. But if this is the building I think it is, then this would have been where the blacksmith guy was way back when. Our good old giant friend. Giant friend! Giant skull. He was such a happy blacksmith with his tiny hammer and constantly like ding ding ding. Aww. Rest well, my giant friend. Giant skull, coal used for weapon infusion. It is said that the giant blacksmith of Anor Londo was once the blacksmith of the gods. Give to the blacksmith in the shrine to allow the use of gems for lightning, simple, and chaos infusion. Yeah. Okay. I'm glad that he's referenced there. Him and the archer from Dark Souls 1, they were awesome. They're why I have such a positive connotation with the giants in these games. Although they do seem different than the giants of Dark Souls 2, which I don't think are related, but I do wonder if the if Yarm or whatever, the giant lord, will kind of fill in some of those blanks or not. That actually dropped downable too. Okay, I don't think it is. I think this probably prevents us. Whoa, okay, no it doesn't. Yeah, that was a bit dangerous. But it does make me wonder about the other little fall-offs here. The reason I'm curious is that I thought that like one of these things was like a hidden thing in Dark Souls 1. I just want to make sure that that's actual collision down there, not just like fake collision. Okay, that's collision. Wait, can I actually get up there? No, okay, I can. Alright, actually, before we do that, can I actually go up here? Or is this like the stairways are blocked off or something? Ew. Ew. Okay, something tells me our rogue Cinder Lord is gooping everywhere. Can we just open up the main door then from here? You know what, we are going to take a drink. Just because this feels a bit dangerous. Okay, kinda figured. Alright, there's a fog door. Hmm. Yeah, I kind of figured they would be trying stuff. Okay, Moonlit Arrow. Ouch. Okay, can we open from this side? They said it was sealed. Oh no. Run, run, run. Okay, where? Mostly seemingly protected here. Okay. We're not going to go through the fog door probably today, because I don't think we have enough time for that, but we can gladly clear things out here and see if we can't open up the main door. And then I kind of wonder also if the, no, okay, that's like, you know, would the Cinder Lord of the Deep be Lord Gwyn's wayward son? But no, I think basically, again, it's going to imply that, Sulyvahn trapped them, or some god, maybe down in the Profane Capital to kind of use as a, example. Like, or not example, as food. The one makes me wonder if the Profane Capital is maybe Drangleic? Because, you know, it's kind of on top of Anor Londo. Although there is, like, stuff I wonder about of, like, you know, if this is also the Dark Souls 2 DLC, it was built on top of Chaos. So it would imply then the Profane Capital would be connected back to Chaos, but no, because we just passed through Irithyll, so... Makes me wonder. But again, I'm enjoying all the wonderment while I can, because once we move on from this game, technically Elden Ring and Sekiro are not canonically connected, so this is the last of the games I can be like, oh, is this connected back to this thing, or vice versa. And take down this guy. We're trying to basically make an opening so I can start peppering the big guy with arrows, because I don't think the big guy will be able to retaliate. Alright. Where did the big guy even go? Whoa. Oh, that's currency. I didn't think about it before, but I'm disturbed at the realization that the slimes can use stairs. I see you. He can't hit me, but can I hit him? Yeah. Da-da-da-da. Though I am disturbed at the fact that I have lost track of the big guy. How do you lose track of something that big? Oh, there it is. There we go. Clear shot! Okay, phew, I was like, does he jump up here? But no. I'm hoping that by killing him that the main door will open. Okay. I don't know if that would actually reach up here or not. See, stuff like this and Sulyvahn and all that, like, I'm glad I invested in a bow. Although, I mean, that's kind of what magic was used for in past games. Down to 30 arrows. And land. There we go. And it dropped an item. What'd you drop? Aldrich's ruby. Interesting. I'm very curious about the background of Aldrich, especially given that we know that essentially all the Cinder Lords are the equivalent of, like, players in the past games. They are heroes that went on journeys and rekindled or relinked the fire. There we go. I wonder... Okay, get to attack. Okay, how effective is this? Not that effective. Don't know if any better, really. I wonder if, no, not that. Would magic sword be better? No, sadly. Okay, squish, squish. I'm gonna say squish, squish, but really there's no reason to squish all these dudes. They're more just kind of like hazards to be avoided. So let's take out the rest of the deacons. Okay, taken down. Although, that's why you gotta be careful of the slimes, almost landed on my head. Ouch. Okay. Nice and silent now. Proof of the Concord kept. Right, so that's the same as the ear from we found before. This just leads back up to where we entered in from. So okay though, so if this was the main way to get inside, then what was the other way? Although now I think about it, let's double check the time. Okay, we're at about time for today. So we're just gonna basically do a bit of investigation on the outside, go back to Firelink, probably get another level up, and then we will go ahead and call it, and then the first thing next time we'll... I mean, I would assume that Aldrich is here. All the gunk and slime everywhere seems to indicate that, but you never know. Like, we thought he was going to be in the Cathedral of the Deep, and he was not there, so... But it is curious that basically his hometown was Anor Londo, and potential implications therein. Okay, where are you, Red-Eyed Knight? I know not to underestimate you, because you have red eyes. Yeah. Stamina back. Okay, Titanite Shard. Gotta make sure this isn't going to be a trap. Interesting that they don't have gargoyles around here when they were such a sort of crestfallen knight. When they were kind of a fixture of the original Anor Londo. And, I mean, they're a fixture of some of the other, like, Souls games and castle-like environments. But I'm also kind of okay with it because they were kind of annoying as enemies. Oh, okay. Okay, I can't beat down the door either. Secret entrance, perhaps, though? If so, I'm not seeing it. The same wonderment down there. In terms of, like, secret? I do wonder if I'll regret trying to drop down to check for secrets, but, should be okay, hopefully. It's like I am kind of gambling quite a bit of souls, given that we do need to fight our way through dudes to get here. Although, wait, can I just... Don't have me regret this. Can I just hug? Okay. Yeah, this hugging the wall does actually work. I don't think there was anything similar on the other side, right? Nope. So let's try it for the other side. Dun-dun-dun-dun. I am tempted to take a peek at theoretical Aldrich, but again, I've been being really bad lately about like these videos actually being an hour and a half and being like more 2 hours. With occasionally me quitting out early if I feel like it, but you know, I do like progress. Okay, nothing here. Okay, let's go back to Firelink, get a level, which we'll put into attunement, so we can actually get basically a secondary spell. I do wish there was, again, a weapon that was pyromancy and weapon. Hold on, before we go back to Firelink, there's something I'm noticing just now that I'm curious about. And it looks like at the very top of the arena that we fought Sulyvahn at has like balconies? No, okay, I guess not. Like it has like one balcony, but all the rest is pretty flat, so okay. I don't think that's actually a secret area to get to. I had hoped, but oh well. I do like this. This is some nice little nostalgic callback, and again, that's kind of the main thing I want out of Dark Souls 3, of just like a farewell. Bidding this world a farewell, while like, you know, building new stuff. Obviously there are new references, but I do like the callbacks to 1 and 2, and just like putting a bow on everything. That the moral of these games is just kind of, you know, the world is dying out, things change, you know, the passage of time. It's kind of fun to see the things you like having kind of both rotted but also endured at the same time. And kind of the melancholy in, like, you know, in between that. It's fun. I like it. Alright, back to Firelink. I still find it funny that this is just called Firelink, in terms of, like, is it actually the Firelink Shrine? Like, rebuilt over the years? Or is it just the current Firelink Shrine? Or a Firelink Shrine? Like, maybe there's multiple of them. Actually, in hindsight, did I ever try bopping this? Okay. It's like... It actually seems suspicious now to think about it, but, turns out it's nothing.
Welcome home, Ashen One. Speak.
Yeah,
Very
level
well.
up.
Then take no.
Alright, attunement. Still nothing. I mean, it does give them more FP, though, so at least it's something. Okay, confirm. Also, just double-checking. Okay, attunement will eventually give me a slot, because I notice how it, like, highlights what will change when you put stuff into these skills. Okay.
Farewell, Ashen One. May the flame.
Alright.
Well, now, 'tis good to see what needs.
Alright, give coal. The giant's coal. Use it well, my friend.
My. The coal of that peaceable giant. Seems like ages passed. I imagine his passing was long ago. I miss the old bugger, I do. My thanks. I'll be sure this coal is put to good use. I'll be smithing weapons never afore seen by the likes of ye. It's but a small service to pay my humble respects.
Interesting. I had wondered, because he looks like the blacksmith from Dark Souls 1, but I guess he is just the blacksmith from Dark Souls 1. I thought he might have been a descendant, which is why he looked the same and, you know, potentially same name. I didn't actually pay attention to the name first game to now. But, like, because, you know, even if it did have the same name, you could still argue descendant. But, I mean, he knew the guy, so, assumedly, this is a Dark Souls 1 blacksmith. And if he's still alive after all these years, I wonder if he's undead or if he's like a divine being similar to... Or maybe not divine being, maybe another race. Because, like, you know, well, I was going to say, like the giants, but I'm like, well, they implied the giant kind of died away after enough time had passed, but this guy is still hammering away. Which I'm kind of curious. Can fuse. Keep forgetting what Chaos Infusion would do. They don't say there, but I think if we check the actual thing itself.
I don't.
Let's see. Where's my Chaos Gem? Yeah, then inflict fire damage and scales Ancient Faith. Okay. Which... Interesting. So regular fire weapons lose all scaling effects, but they get fire damage. But Chaos, basically, you switch over the scaling, but you'd still get the fire damage. Interesting. Okay, we have 5,000 to spend. I'm tempted both by the Eastern Armor, but I think our spell teachers probably are more limited lifespans than the Merchant Lady has. Okay. Looks like 3,000 would be next. Probably the Great Pharaoh Dart if I had to choose one. And we can't use it though. But can we use any of these? Magic Shield we can use, but we can't in the fact that we don't use a shield. Okay, let's do... Actually, you know what, just completionist sake. We'll just work our way backwards. So, we have all these bought, and once we start getting more souls, then boom, boom, work back, and then we'll buy out Miracle Girl 2.
Come again.
And then I think we are good on, arrows. Although we did use quite a few, now I think about it, because we're down to 30 inside the building. Oni Slayer Great Arrow. Oh. Large arrows used to destroy giant horned Oni in an eastern land can only be used with great bows. Made from the feathers of an aged crow, it is said that these arrows fly straight at their master.
Ashen one.
Actually, that makes me wonder. Let's find a relatively safe place here. I want to see if I can use the great bow or not. Okay. Okay, it requires 20 dex, so even if we wanted to, we couldn't use it right now. And I doubt we can do like two-hand, therefore only half of 20. It's like, no, I don't think it works that way. Because I'm curious how slow it is, but maybe we'll get dexterity to 20 after we get another 2-minute slot. Although I wouldn't mind kind of working on everything, getting it to kind of 20. Be a bit of an all-rounder rather than any sort of specialist. Oh yeah, that was like, I was about to wrap it up, I'm like, wait, no, arrows, let's buy arrows. Da-da-da-da. Boom, boom. And I guess we could buy some dark arrow. We could buy 2 dark arrows. Not really worth it. Okay, we already have a torch. Oh, actually, let's get some more prison stones. We've been using quite a few.
Ashen one.
Okay. And then there we go. All right, let's go ahead and call it here. overall, good session today. I'm glad that basically Sulyvahn did not end up resulting in me having a lot of, like, you know, 2 hours of me grinding away at it, and then edit cut, and then the rest of the video, because, for the sake of my own throat, and sometimes my own stomach and bladder, it's just like, I like to keep these things relatively low down. Really, in general, like, I've been pretty good about avoiding any sort of edit cuts for, bathroom breaks and whatnot. I think the only one I can think of is that one time in Dragon's Dogma 2, I want to say, where it's like, don't drink a lot of water and then start recording. Not a good idea, I gotta say. But yeah, that's it for today. I think we did some good stuff. I'm glad to see Anor Londo again. I'll be curious if it's actually gonna be, I've already forgotten his name again, but the Cinder Lord of the Deep. I wonder if he's actually gonna be where... Oh no, I just realized the room that we're going to. It's Smal and, Dragoon Man. Like, it's their boss room. I don't know why in my head I thought it was going to be Guinevere's room, but like, no, we're going to the old boss room. I really hope they don't go, you know, be a fun callback? 2 bosses at once. have fun with that. It's like, oh no. Because those 2 were pretty tough because you had to keep a track of both bosses, and, like, I mean, again, the Squalid Queen, Cilia the Squalid Queen from Dark Souls 2 is why I have the policy these days of like, okay, I can't just do videos of only fighting a single boss, because that one took a long time, and she was just like, you know, it'd be fun, giant group fight. I'm just gonna keep summoning dudes. It's like, seriously, that is still to this day the hardest fight I have fought in all these Dark Souls games. This Cilia the Squalid Queen. That was, I had to be the most on, like, the amount of focus it took was just so exhausting. But hopefully that's not what we're going to get into. Next time, we'll see what the Cinder Lord is like. We're going to go through his boss room. If we take him down, and that's kind of it for this path. Because I think this is going to be like the Cathedral of the Deep again, where we're splitting off into 2 branches with 2 Cinder Lords, in theory, at the end of each one. And now we're again at that branch. So I think basically when we take him down, I think the next path forward is going to be more downward through the Profane Capital, going up to Yorm the Giant Lord. And then whatever's beyond that, which, given the callbacks we've seen, like, for an Anor Londo right now, I wonder what other throwbacks we're going to encounter along the way. But, that will be then, and this is now, so, until next time, later!